Hey guys, welcome back to HOOTY'S World. Today we're going to go over another basic parkour tutorial, and that is jumping. Jumping just like this. Now, I know that seems pretty easy, but it can get a little complicated when you do it on different obstacles. So, I'm going to teach you a couple basic warm-ups, and then a couple different techniques. That way your jumps can be awesome. So our first warm-up today is going to be some bunny hops. Bunny hops are pretty simple. You're going to pretend that you're a little bunny and just hop like this. When you're comfortable with that, I want you to try a one-legged bunny hop. Start with your left leg. Now you're going to pretend to be that bunny's twin brother that lost its leg in the bunny war. So hop on that right leg. Okay, another really good warm-up is a frog jump. So you're going to bend over down in a squat position, kind of like a frog, and you're just going to frog hop as hard as you can. Alright guys, the first technique we're going to learn today is the plyo jump. Now the plyo jump is a little bit of a mixture of a bunny hop and a frog jump. So what I want you to do, find a nice little sidewalk or set out a couple like lines that you can jump to. A sidewalk is perfect because, you know, they got the lines already made for you. So what you're going to do is step on one line, you're going to squat down, and you're going to try to jump and land on the other line. And you're going to try to do that, do it a couple times until you feel like you got it. Now, I know you might feel a little silly, but guess what? If you get this technique down on a sidewalk, you can take it to harder obstacles. And we'll go into those harder obstacles in a moment. Alright guys, we got the plyo jumps down. Now let's go on to the next technique. And that technique is a stride. Now strides are very simple. They're basically like jogging, but you're just aiming where your feet are going to land. So once again, let's find a nice safe area to practice. This sidewalk, always great. Okay guys, so now we're at the spot. We are going to stride to each line this time. 1 foot each line. So I'm going to start a little back, that way I got enough runouts. So I'm going to give it a little jog, then I'm going to throw my feet 1 foot hitting each line as I go. Okay, so now we got our plyos and our strides down. We practice on a nice safe obstacle like a sidewalk, and if you're at home, you can take some chalk, put some chalk lines on your driveway, practice your strides like that. But now let's move on to a little bit of a harder obstacle, that way we can have a little bit more fun. Okay guys, thank you for meeting me at this spot here. This spot is a little harder than the spot that you were just at, which might have been your sidewalk or a driveway. So this spot, we actually have a little bit bigger margin of error because the obstacle is a little harder. So we're going to practice a little bit here today. That way you guys will have the knowledge of how to do an obstacle like this and how to stride and plyo and be safe. Hey guys, alright, let's start with the positioning on this obstacle. So the first thing I want you to do, I want you to focus on your feet. Have those toes gripping the ledge. That way you will have a good center of balance there. The next thing I want you to do, practice these arm swings. Remember how we were swinging our arms earlier on the sidewalk? Well, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to grip our toes to the wall, swing our arms back, and when we're ready to jump forward, we're going to swing our arms all the way forward, push off the wall, and land on the next ledge. So watch here. Here, back, gripping the wall, and jump. Like that. Okay, so you just learned the plyo jumps. Now, let's test what you learned. We're going to try to do this entire amphitheater steps. We're going to jump from each step all the way to the very top. So, watch me. I'm going to keep moving my arms, grip the wall, and plyo all the way up. Plyo, plyo, plyo. Woo! Okay, so you just learned your plyo jumps on a little bit of a harder obstacle, and you still kind of want to challenge yourself. Well, something you can do is just make the distance a little longer in each of your steps. So, for example, I was jumping from one step to the next step. Now, I'm just going to skip that middle step to the third step. And that'll be a nice, good challenge for your plyos. Okay, so you just got your plyos down. Now let's do the strides on the hardware obstacle. So once again, you're going to want a little bit of a running start on this one, because strides take a lot of momentum, but they're kind of easier than the plyo. Because you're basically just make sure you see where your foot's going. You don't want to overshoot. If you overshoot, that's where accidents can happen. Okay, so let's go over some common mistakes with the plyos and the strides. The first one, and a really big one, is missing your step. So if you're doing your plyo or your stride and you miss, that's where we can get some accidents. So you can hit your shin, your knee, you can just trip and land on your head. There's a couple of really big mistakes you can make by missing your feet. So that's why I really want you to nail down is make sure you're paying attention to where your foot placement's going. So make sure your right foot, left foot, or both feet land on the obstacle, no matter what. Really go for that, okay? All right, guys, second most common mistake. The second most common mistake is your momentum being either too little or too much momentum. So too much momentum means you're just overshooting the obstacle, and too little is that you're just barely missing the obstacle. To fix that, you really just got to figure out what your speed should be. And the only way to do that is either to fix how fast your pace is going. So if I'm going really fast, whoa, 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 try to slow it down. Take a moment. Try it again. You can always build momentum and bring your momentum down if you need to. If that means you have to pause, that way you don't get hurt, do that. That's fine. And try it again until you get it just right. 3, the third common mistake is finding the wrong obstacle. So, especially for plyos and strides, you want to find an obstacle that has a nice, good amount of grip to it. These have a lot of great grip because it's got some rocks and stuff. Now, you might find something that might be a little too sandy. I want to let you know right now, do not jump on that obstacle. Even if you think you can make it, a sandy obstacle means a slippery obstacle. So find something that your shoe can really grip on. Cameraman, will you take a shot of that shoe real quick? See how my foot's gripping? That's how you know, and you can test out how good an obstacle is for plyos and strides. Okay, and the fourth and final common mistake would be not listening to your body. So you might get tired and your body might be getting sore and you're still wanting to push it. I want to tell you right now, don't push it. Wait until you fully recover. Wait until your legs feel strong enough to give it another try. Because I've gotten hurt plenty of times trying to push it a little too much. So I want to make sure you stay safe. If you feel a little too tired and you can't do it, don't do it. So the next progression from a plyo and a stride is a precision jump. But to find out how to do that, you're going to have to stay tuned to HOOTY'S World. So make sure you like and subscribe this video, share it with a friend, go try something you learned today outside, maybe inside, just be safe, have a lot of fun, and I'll see you next time.